Welcome to the live stream Arm Wrestling fans. I'm Pradeep from Arm Wrestling News, and today we are going to discuss how to find sponsors for arm wrestling events. Let me be very clear, this live stream is not about how to find sponsors for East versus West 4, but in general, how do we find sponsors? But the big motivation to discuss this topic has been derived from East versus West events, because we have heard Engin say quite a few times that he was having difficulties trying to find sponsors. So we are going to discuss this. Usually I come in really prepared in a live stream to discuss some topics, but this time it is not like that. I'm here to learn, completely to learn. This is why I have given a link to Zoom app in the description of this video. If you know something about this topic, then you can join and help me understand it better. It will be amazing. So Phil Woody UK interesting. This is something I'm actually trying to source now within UK. So let's hope Phil Woody joins again during this live stream. It will be a 30-minute live stream. If you start watching it after it has ended, then please watch it at 1.25 or 1.5x speed. You'll save your time and help me as well. Buddy Hale is saying everyone has to start somewhere. 26 days away. 26 days away. So he's talking about King of the Table 4. Yep. What is the T-bar weight holder on the ground called? Usually has some type of handle you can clip to it. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Like, I know all the machines, almost all the machines in gym, but I don't know the names. Sponsors. Ibtihaz Hussain J is saying sponsors will come if it is popular enough, like Devon versus Levan match. But sometimes you have to ask for sponsors. That is the thing. Like, you cannot just wait and hope that somebody will approach you. Sometimes you will have to take the first step. Very few comments today. So again, 28 watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is going to be a 30-35 minute live stream. And if you have recently joined, I think you know the topic by now. This live stream is not about East versus West 4. In general, just in general, how to find the sponsors for an arm wrestling event. And if you know something about it, Zoom link is in the description. You can join and then we can discuss it further. Alright guys, I'm waiting for some comments. Till then, I think I should open up Engin Terzi's page, what Engin has done for this East versus West event till now. We go to Engin Terzi's page. Enigma of Rage, 26, almost 26,000 subscribers. Then I'll share the screen with you guys. Alright, let's share the screen till we have more members in the live chat. Share screen, share. There you go. So there we have it guys. Let's see what Engin has done. So maybe we can get some ideas from it. So in the next event he's going to do slow motion replays, music for athletes to walk on the stage. Many people are saying that that is somewhat unnecessary expense. Music and smoke lights, I kind of like it. I'll never say that it is unnecessary expense, because I don't think it will be that much expensive. If possible, another announcer, okay. Satellite vehicle, maybe some sponsorship, but it is their business. Why would they sponsor something that is their own business? So I don't think it is going to work. 15,000, okay. T-shirts, the t-shirt idea is really good. I told Engin right in the beginning, in the first event, Engin was like, I got it covered, I got my expenses covered because of the t-shirts and not only the pay-per-view sales. Combining both of those, he got his event covered. But he was kind of doubtful whether he can do it in the future as well. But I think he can do it for as many times as he wants, because people are going to buy the t-shirts, because new fans are joining every day. I think if he carries on for East versus West number 40, I think still, since new fans will be joining every day, there will be many people who will be ready to buy these t-shirts for $100. I think it is a good price. $100 for the t-shirt, for printing, for the pay-per-view, which is now around $15. So this offer is to reach its max limit. So this is why I was telling Engin that maybe this time he's really worried whether he's going to cover his expenses or not. But I think Engin may end up having some profits this time, because a personal sponsorship will be there with us providing hotel room. एक बार मैसेज चेक करना, अगर कुछ चैट में अगर कुछ आता है तो मेरे को बताना. A personal sponsorship will be there with us providing hotel room for 3 days, and you can come with your wife or friend with no extra cost, joining athletes with dinners, being part of the press conference. So hotel, food, dinners with athletes, and press conference. Front row seat is also there, I think. Okay, VIP seats, yes, front row. And this is $1,000, and Engin is saying this offer is about to reach its limit. So I am assuming that 6 people have already agreed to give $1,000. So that is $6,000 with no extra effort, just with some mindset. And that's exactly what I was saying when I invited Neil Pickup, when I invited Engin Terzi before East versus West 2 event. I was saying that the promoters need to have a mind of a businessman, even if they don't want to make money, because when they have that mindset, it will be easier for them to earn more money. Right now every promoter is saying that they are not in it for money, they just want to not lose anything. With that mindset, you will end up exactly where you want to be, not losing or not gaining anything out of that. But if you tell yourself that I need to make $10,000-$20,000 out of it, then you start coming up with ideas like this, or in this case, when you want to not have any losses, still you come up with great ideas like this. So $6,000-$7,000 already made with this idea. Appreciates. Okay, Hermes Gasparini will try to sell arm wrestling table. I think Engin was talking about straps as well. So these are the things that can work forever. You just need to find one buyer for the arm wrestling table. If the table costs you, let's say, $300 to make, let's say it is a good table, $350 to make, and you can sell it for maybe $1,000 because it will be signed by every athlete. So that is good money. 1,000 is way less, maybe $2,000. I would say you can at least save $1,000 on it, $2,000 maybe, or maybe I am still underestimating the amount people will be willing to pay, because if we are paying nearly $100 for a t-shirt, paying for a table that can actually be used, signed table, I think people will be able to pay more. Personal sponsorship, okay, I already read that. T-shirts with a small logo. So Engin is looking for $5,000 sponsorships on t-shirt logos. So it should not be cigarette or alcohol. Front and back, the backside logo will be bigger, business logo, and also where the athletes are arm wrestling, behind that there will be a platform where you can promote your business. So this is a $5,000 idea. So I think it is only for one, or maybe more than that. I'm not quite sure if the plan is to only have one sponsor on a shirt or more than that. So both front and back sides. So I'm assuming that he will be able to find it, because there was a guy in Engin's live chat and he said that he can make this deal for $5,000. So that's another $5,000. Table, let's say another $2,000-$3,000. Straps, another $1,000. And if you combine all of these things, t-shirts, I think that is a really good money. So these are the basics. With local small level sponsors being involved. Like, we can still say that these are the fans that are involved and not really any businessmen. So I hope there are many comments already in the live chat and you guys suggest me what should we do, because I'm here to learn on this topic, what we can do. Again, 72 people watching, 33 likes. Guys, if you have some knowledge about this topic, we still have about 20-25 minutes to go in this live stream. So if you want to join, you can join it via the link in the description from Zoom, and we can both have a chat and you can teach me something about it if you know something about how to gather some sponsors for events. Okay, Pradeep, you are overrating products. Okay, this is not the topic for this video. Like, yeah, I hope East versus West gets a solid sponsor situation going. No other man deserves it more, definitely. Todd isn't it? Can't say Pradeep, but just wanted to give some support before I go. Thanks, man. Okay, can't stay. Clint PMK, thank you very much, brother. Akash Chopra, find broadcasting partners. So, Akash, right now, Core Sports is live streaming. So, broadcasting partner, I'm assuming Core Sports, but they're taking money. Yeah, bro, first of all, it is not IPL. It is not IPL at this stage. Like, we are paying other guys to stream our matches. That is interesting, man. That is interesting. That is a great comment. That kind of shows us where the level is at of our game. Because in other games, you get thousands of crores of rupees, like hundreds of millions of dollars for as broadcasting. Maybe not 100, but at least I would say, yeah, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars for broadcasting rights, just so that you can show our live stream on your channel or your page, whatever. And in arm wrestling, we are paying the other guys to do a live stream of our game. Interesting thought. First time I thought about it. Josh is saying promoters need to sell the athletes to sponsors, not the event. Okay. The athletes have stories that sponsors can invest in. Interesting comment. So in India, Pro Punjab League, they are thinking about doing a league of arm wrestling, maybe starting from next year, where there will be teams and auctioning for players. Players will be bought for the league. What is satellite vehicle? Maybe a mobile internet system, Wi-Fi kind of high quality. Pradeep ji Ram Ram, Sachin Upreti Ram Ram bhai. Enoch is saying Aussie arm wrestler said he wants to announce for that event. Okay, again not related. Good for him. Clayton Pradeep. Okay. I love Coach Ray as commentating, but he needs another person with him. Neil Pickup, Don Underwood, Travis, someone a little bit more exciting. Is Coach Ray? This is why I have I have many great things to say while commentating. Like, I can be that guy who is not commentating when the live rounds are going on. Let's say I'm with Neil Pickup. Neil is commentating when the rounds are going on, and as soon as the round is finished, somebody gets a pin, that round gets stopped, then I join, then I add some insight. That can be possible, but I'm also not the guy to commentate on live matches. For doing that, you need to shout, and for me it is really difficult to shout. And Coach Ray is also not the one who shouts. Okay. Hi Pradeep, Phil Woody UK. Just arrived. I'm also working at the moment. Sorry. Okay, no problem, brother. No problem. Coach Ray and Derek are very boring as commentators. They're very low. Like, they need to charge up a little bit, shout a little bit more. You don't need dark mode. What dark mode? Daniel Urich. Daniel, do you have any knowledge about this topic? Slow motion replay satellite vehicle. Neil as other commentator. Engin sitting with the crowd. Thank you, Engin. Okay. Ray and Derek, awesome commentators. Chemistry. I want Neil Pickup to host the event. I have never arm wrestled in my life, but I'd buy a strap. Okay. Dark modes, what I use. Coach Ray goes too much off topic. Guys, this live stream is about sponsors. If you have some knowledge, please teach me. I'm here to learn today. So you will not be hearing any interesting words out of my mouth today, because I'm here to learn. Hopefully some of you guys teach me. Maybe you have invited some sponsors to some of the events that you did, not related to arm wrestling, but any event in general. Dennis needs to give away his hammer. Neil Pickup is miles ahead of everyone. True. Clerk's brother. Neil Pickup, Travis. I wonder how much satellite vehicle costs. Engin was mentioning that. I forgot. Maybe a couple of $1,000. I don't remember exactly. Alcohol sponsors. No, Engin clearly said no. No alcohol sponsors. Protein supplements, this is something that we would. So first, let's discuss, if you had a company, you had a business or something, what would you like to get in return? If I am asking some money, I'm offering you my live stream and my videos that are going to be watched probably by 1 million, let's say, for a clear understanding, 1 million viewers. If you have a business, what would you like to get out of me? That can lead to some Good ideas, I think. Adnan is saying, hello Pradeep, hello Adnan. These athletes have no personality and don't create hype. That will be changed. Right now, the promoting part, not many people are taking the promotions seriously. The athletes who are competing, they're not even sharing the links to buy the pay per view. That is a really, really sad part. Buddy Hale, no way. Been working out secretly. You felt Levan, and he could beat him. Okay. The WL commentators were the best in my opinion. Savvy, great, definitely great. Get them likes up, folks. Thank you very much, brother. Doesn't broadcasting partners dilute number of PPVs? So if the broadcasting partner is paying you everything, why do you need pay-per-views after that? That is for sure going to be free after that. Maybe if it is a OTT like Hotstar or Prime, then you have to pay for their membership to watch the matches. But in general, it will be free to watch. Like Michael Todd is doing that. He is integrating some ads and the sponsors. They are covering the entire expenses of the event. So that is good. Michael presented the idea to them that that our event combined on YouTube and Facebook will be viewed probably by like 5 million viewers. So this is why the promoters got interested in it and they are ready to pay. Viagra sponsor. Cool t-shirt. Thank you very much, brother. Views, clout, that's what they all want. Exposure. Like exposure how? I want to know in detail. If you were a sponsor, would you like the commentators to plug in your product in between, like in between every matches? Like this show, this event is powered by so and so company. Would you like the commentators to say that? And don't say everyone. Or would you like to hear it from the announcer's mouth? Or would you like to see them on the like front side of the table? The I don't know what to call that portion, but I think you know what I mean. That is the best place where we can promote something. Or behind the table where there is a blank screen. Like what would you like to know? And before the event or after the event, what can we do for you as the guys who are trying to organize arm wrestling? People need to stop praising Neil. He's a reason we don't have good sponsors. Explain on that comment, brother. Double commentary was best, by far the best. Does Engin put posters around the town of the event? A lot of cold calling is the best way to go. A good sales pitch, Richard. So yes, he can do that, but who will be attracted by that? Because most of the guys who are going to see that, probably they have a local business, and local businesses, if I had a local business, like few days ago I got like 2 sponsorships. They were ready to pay me about $35 for a 45-second ad integration. Like I had to say that this is the betting company and please go there and bet, and I also bet and I won so and so money, so, or I'm going to win so and so money. And they wanted 45 seconds for $35, and I clearly said no. I told them that they were Indian based company, and I said that my audience is like only 7% from India, so I won't be of much help for you. So they are not interested in that. But being a creator, it is my responsibility to tell them that I may not be of great help for them. So for the guys who are going to see the banners, I am assuming they have local businesses, and not many people from Turkey are going to watch that event. The main audience of that event is going to be from Europe or from North America, these countries. So I don't think, yes, many people can fall for it, because I get sponsorship offers from many Indian companies almost every week, one email, and I decline all of them. That you should do some research. I do not have audience from India, but they are not interested in that. They are guys working on a very low level, and they are like, sir, please do that. Whatever it is, please do that. Even if it is 5%, we don't mind. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Getting sponsorship is hard these days. Economy is going down and companies, cut expenses for advertising. Views, clout, doesn't input. Okay, people need to stop. Okay, I'm reading the comments again. Hello from Canada. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, John Brown. Hit a primal jerky on Western Survivor. Okay, that is good. That is good. Clerks 93. First idea, good idea that we got out of it. But these are still known into arm wrestling. They are guys that don't just invest into arm wrestling as a business, they still love arm wrestling. And my idea has never been to take money from arm wrestlers. Yes, this is good, but for a big sustainable business, we need to invite players out of the game as well. Like, till what time we only arm wrestlers are going to put in our own money and promote our own sport? Because pay-per-view is doing just that. Pay-per-view is just taking money from arm wrestling fans, which is good. Every sport still does that. There is a place for that. But I think at least if you're making, let's say, $50,000 from donations and from pay-per-views from arm wrestlers, then at least that much amount should come from guys outside of our community as well. Then our sport is going to grow big. It shouldn't be like that we are distributing or rotating our own money among ourselves. I don't like that idea at all. You have to ask 100 companies gonna get 90 now. Yes, this is, I was discussing this thing about with Manoj Devnath. He's an Indian arm wrestler. He said that when we go to nationals, international competition like IFA nationals, IFA world championship or WAF championship, then they have to ask for like 10-20 sponsors, and if they work really hard, they get some of the sponsorship money to travel. Like if the expense for traveling is about I would say $2,000, going there and coming back and stay, everything, sometimes the sponsors end up paying them t-shirt logo or things like that. They ask for these things, they end up paying them about $1,000, which is still a good amount for an athlete. And if it is possible for them, and these are guys that do not have a social media presence, they just say that we are representing our country and we want you to support us, we do not have the money to go there, and they end up gathering $1,000 in India. It is a good amount. So I think the only way right now, our sport is not so much popular, the only way would be to ask guys, ask the businessmen. Do not expect them to join by themselves. Please ask them. So Akash Chopra is saying primal, and yeah, point noted, brother. For understanding more about this broadcasting rights, you can take some stats from Engin, how many viewers were there and how many views on YouTube, analyze some data. I think we can get to see the views by ourselves. I don't think we need to ask. Yes, maybe the duration, but I don't think the sponsors are interested in view duration or things like that. But if we are trying to sell not just the online streaming, the ad integration during streaming, but also we are trying to get some sponsors by showing them the entire amount of views that the pay-per-view is going to get, like all the videos on YouTube, then we have to somehow integrate that channel, that advertisement on every single video. Because if we are saying that, hey, our event is going to get 2-3 million 4 million views, which East versus West events can get, then we have to somehow add the views, add the advertisement on every video. That is going to be a challenge as well. So maybe something on the thumbnail, a PNG photo on thumbnail, or what else? I think a great way to get sponsorships is to network on multiple platforms. One of the best way, in my opinion, create hype and discussion in mass amounts would be Twitter, okay? And I have seen nothing there. Savvy. I know nothing about Twitter, but it would be amazing if you explain it further. In UFC, they do that. They say the name and they have banners on t-shirts, okay? Hit the local hotels. So I think the Green Hotel, I don't know what the name is. I think they are already sponsoring, maybe giving hotels to athletes at half price or really cheap price, something like that. Travel agencies, restaurants, sports shops, businesses that would benefit from exposure. That is what we want to know. What are the businesses that will benefit from exposure? Don't mind commentators mentioning the sponsors, sponsor labels on the table and on the athletes' shirts, etc. Okay. Lagia, I used to be on Twitter. The arm wrestling scene is dead there. Okay, got it. Arm wrestling should probably start growing on Twitter. For arm wrestling, seems like the best way to get attention: clips, tweets, announcements, sponsors through DMs, etc. Okay, sponsors shouldn't have to be shout out. Just place some banners on the table or on a screen behind the athletes. But how many times do we actually read or search what they do? Like if I were the guy who is sponsoring an event, I would for sure like to hear the name of my company from the announcer or from the commentator. This is my personal opinion. I would love to hear that, because not many people are going to read what is written on a table or on a banner and then go and search it, because it is really difficult sometimes to know just from the name what they are doing. Sponsors shouldn't have to be okay. Read that. Afternoon, Pradeep. Keith Thomas, welcome, brother. Thanks for the live stream. You're the main man. Thanks very much, brother. What sponsors want is a good live event. If the live streams weren't bad, you would get many people offering to sponsor it. Okay, it's a yes. Live streams need to be good. That is for sure. Good night, strange contents. What's up, Pradeep? Chanshaw in the house. Welcome, brother. Long time no see. Chanshaw, I was thinking about you today, and I have a very crazy comment. Like crazy comment. I hope you are still there, bro. Did you hit up a lottery or something? Because you left your job. You're not uploading anything on YouTube. You're having a great time. I'm quite sure that Chanshaw hit a very good lottery, at least $50,000. I bet Dennis knows the name of the T-bar weight holder. Okay, maybe a pre-workout supplement or Gymshark. Yes. So actually, I got an email about 7-8 months ago from a protein from a supplement company. I think Old School Labs, something like that. They didn't sponsor me, but I'm still taking their name because I really liked that idea. I watched their YouTube channel, many subscribers, and they said that they would give me a clip to integrate in the beginning of my video, and it will be a well edited clip, so it will look like an intro of a video. Like there was one Redcon one on Nick's strength at bar, very similar to that. I got really happy. I replied to them like I'll be really happy, and they told me that they will be sending me some supplements, some money, and I just need to include that in the live stream. And I was like, man, I've done it. Like it is a great sponsor. But after that, I did not get any email back from them. I reminded them as well, but I did not get an email back. I did not approach them. They got to me first. Supplement companies, energy drink, like right now Monster is sponsoring many events, arm wrestling events also, but they are only providing the drinks for free, not more than that. Maybe because we arm wrestlers are underestimating ourselves. Kevin Temkai, bro, you do not have to do it every time. 699, another super chat. Kevin Temkai, thank you very much, brother. Pradeep, what works better for you, if I super chat or just become a Patreon? Bro, you have already done enough. Like that is enough for a year, I would say. You do not need to do anything right now. But thank you very much, brother. It works better for me if you give me an example how to find sponsors today. Thank you very much, brother. You're the man. Yes, supplement companies, energy drink companies, they're interested. Supplement for sure. What about arm wrestling equipment? I don't think right now arm wrestling equipment manufacturers are in a position to sponsor anything. I don't think they're making much money because the sales are very low. People sometimes kind of make fun of the arm wrestling equipments. I saw many, I would not say, but I saw an elite arm wrestler also doing that if I can do that with my homemade equipment for free, why would I spend $50 on that? Because they have to. They have no other option. They do not have millions of people buying their equipment like people would do with a baseball bat or a rugby ball or things like that. We do not have that thing. So, but right now, I don't think rugby ball is bought by a million people. But you know what I mean. A cricket ball, we can say. But we do not have that. There are very limited number of people buying arm wrestling equipment. So I don't think they have the power to lower the prices. Hermes laugh, no Prudnik. Hermes should be the image of pre-workout or mat mask. Devon should have launched that way too strong protein. It's just no number of game. Ask 100 companies for a sponsor. At least one will say yes. Yes, this is what we are talking about, Chancho. Like we need to approach people. Red is from Romania, sponsor WAF and Romanian nationals. Interesting. What does he do for a business? Anybody? What is Redis? I've never heard of that company. Is that a gentleman's name or a company's name or both? How about getting only fans watermark of a sponsor on video? That is possible. That is possible. Exactly, buddy. If you're a good salesman and put together a great package, you can have more success, but most can reach out and get won by 100 companies. This is what I got to know from the athletes who travel internationally, like who travel to Poland for IFA Internationals 2019. Ben Young, beautiful women as announcers. You need beautiful women as announcers. Possible. Yeah, interesting idea. Chanshaw, no, that would be nice though. I'm just being stupid and becoming very poor. I don't believe you, brother. I don't believe you. For company sponsorships, the key is to getting in on the business networking groups. Multiple mid-sized business supporting together can be substantial. Because another thing, Phil Woody, if we are approaching a businessman, we should have at least some knowledge of that business. Like, try to learn about it for a couple of days at least. If you have some knowledge, if you show some interest and tell the businessman about some things that only someone who has done some research would know, then the guy may get interested. Like if you say something that is close to him, that is personal to him about the business, I think those things can work. For company sponsorships, the key is to getting, okay, read that. Yes sir, it really works. You just have to get the eye opener pitch and that's it. Yes. How about getting an international gym equipment brand? Okay. Have we seen any ads of gym equipment brands? It can be interesting. Good idea. DJ girl. PL DJ girl. Conduct matches in an arena. I didn't understand the comment brother. WL Money Girl was gorgeous. No. Yeah, I like that too. Arm wrestling needs to get into big sponsors like Under Armour, Nike. Hopefully we can make it. I think those sports, yeah, but for them to sponsor you, like you have to have like at least 5-6 million followers, I would assume. What's your address, Pradeep? I want to send you a homeless cat. Very cute and hungry. Okay. Red is Romanian supplement store from Romania. Okay, protein, creatine and all of that. Got it. I think protein supplements, I've seen them sponsor arm wrestling events as well. But they are usually like, hey, take free samples and buy the product if you want. It is like that. So nothing is for free, just free samples. This is what I've seen at arm wrestling tournaments. Pro Nutrition also sponsored Bedulescu before. Interesting. I think it is a misconception that arm wrestling viewers are mostly athletes, want to buy sports equipment. You may reach out to sponsors like Keeps or Manscaped. Interesting. You don't need to approach people. If the shows weren't hard to find and better quality, you would have companies begging to sponsor them. But should we wait till we get to that point, or should we start by asking people? I think we should start by asking people. And then when we get big, then maybe we do not have to ask anyone. Pradeep is 100% right. You need to show that you did your own research. It is basically like a job interview. Jason Merlo, thank you very much, brother. Kitne rupees chahiye? Mujhe nahi chahiye bhai. I do not want that. Manscaped is a great idea. And Manscaped is sponsoring people. Yes, Manscaped is sponsoring YouTubers like with 500,000 subscribers. I've not seen anyone sponsored by Manscaped below 500,000 subscribers, but arm wrestlers are definitely within that reach. Like an arm wrestling event is going to get, I'll write an email to them. Let's see. I'll pretend to be an organizer. Let's see how it goes. Or I'll ask someone like Engin or someone else to do that. Pradeep, let your beard grow, dude. Yes, I did the last time, but my job asks me to shave every day, so I can't. I'm on leave for one more day. Get that kilo for kilo sponsorship from RVJ. Hey Pradeep, Randy Savage, thank you very much, brother, for joining. Levan in a Manscaped advert would be hilarious, right? Right. Levan always rocks those sponsorships. Vitamin.ce, something like that. You will never find Levan's t-shirt without any sponsorship logo. So Levan is really good at that. You start by improving the quality. That has to be the first thing. Agreed. But we are not just looking at the live. We are not talking about, if we talk about the live viewership, the pay-per-view viewership, then maybe how many people? Let's say 4,000 at max are going to watch it at that time. I don't think that is enough for the sponsors. We have to talk about the post production videos on YouTube as well, because they are our strength. Those are the videos that where we can challenge anyone. Like those videos can get millions of views as well. Even a single video can get to million views. This is what we need to project to the sponsors. Mark Squiguera, thank you very much for a super chat, brother. I think it is dirhams 36.99. Thank you very much, brother. मैंने अच्छा जोक मारा था भाई, आपने स्किप कर दिया. Okay. Mark, how do you know Hindi? Angin with a blonde wig is a beautiful woman. He has enough curves. Mm. I don't like that joke, Mark. live live again at dinner time, but still here, my friend. Thank you very much for supporting. Thank you very much, brother. I did not intentionally skip that message. I just missed it. I can sponsor you, Pradeep, if you have a business email. Mr. JTIN69. Okay, I've added an email to this, but for what? I don't need sponsorships right now. Like this video, like I mentioned it in the beginning, this video is not about East versus West for sponsorships, but just to, okay, you want to me to promote your business or something like that, then we can talk about it. But this video is to have a general idea how to get events sponsored by people who are owning a business, or they provide some services. But the email is added to the about section of my video, and if somebody still wants to join, Zoom link is in the description. If nobody joins in next 4 minutes, then I'm going to end this live stream. And subscribe before you leave. I'm going to insert an ad. Pradeep was like, I don't like joke. Hi brother. Manscaped sponsors come under 100k. Okay, that's interesting to hear, Chan Shaw. Manscaped is the Red Bull of YouTube. We don't have enough views on YouTube on matches and all of that. WL had some views. No, so Andre, I think I talked to Engin, and his first event has like 2 million views something, and this event is already over 1 million views. So I think 2-3 million views, 4 million views, I don't think it is a small number. Levan needs sheep shears, not the tenty manscape. Levan, we have to bring more rowdy fans into arm wrestling events so people can watch and feel like the energy and excitement. WL was good. People complained about the fake crowd, but I didn't mind it. Other sports bring to the experience. We want to get entertained. Yes. Somebody mentioned that Engin should also ask those guys to show the audience as well their excitement in the replays. Okay, that is amazing. Well, the earbuds. Chan Shaw is joining the house, guys. I was about to end this live stream. Just wait, buddy. I'm connecting the headphones. I cannot hear you yet. Just wait. Maybe till then you can address the chat. And welcome, first of all, welcome him. Thank you very much. And tell us about the lottery that you just got.
Lottery. I wish I won a lottery.
I still cannot hear you, brother. I hope you're addressing the fans. Your fans.
Sorry. What's up, everyone? How's it going? So you're talking about sponsors today, right? That's what the whole subject is.
Be quick, YouTube.
I think for arm wrestling personally, the most important thing is having a promoter or an organization reaching out to the potential sponsors. It's just a numbers game. We need to be reaching out to more sponsors, looking outside of the realm of arm wrestling equipment and supplements. It needs to be a deal with Monster, Red Bull, Bang, Rain. Something where the company has a really large marketing budget. So if they're going to write a check for $50,000 towards East versus West, for example, that's going to be more than sufficient. And I think for the amount of money that they would be putting in, they'd be getting a good return. You can hear me now, Pradeep?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
What's up, man? It's been a while.
Doing great. Yeah.
By the way,
no lottery. I wait for your videos. No lottery. That's sad. I messaged Todd Hutchings as well. Like, bro, you haven't uploaded anything for 5 days, And I like almost complain as if I have some right to complain when you guys don't publish videos.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
want to see them. I want to see
I
them.
I definitely should have been posting. I didn't know what to post. I've been injured, so I haven't been training. So then I ran out of ideas. I'm not like you, Pradeep. I can't just talk about anything.
Then invite some guys for an interview. I think many would love to join.
Yeah.
I was looking for sponsorships for arm wrestling events, and I got a sponsor myself, Mr. JTI, and he said he can sponsor me. So
So Pradeep,
Manscaped, yeah, please.
have you tried posing as a promoter and reaching out to companies or
Not yet,
organizers? No. Okay.
but I'm going to do that for sure. I think I'll try with Manscaped this time.
I think it's a great option. I've seen Manscaped sponsoring or channels as small as like 80,000. So a lot of arm wrestlers are within that range.
Okay, maybe like if we talk about Engin does not have that many subscribers yet, but for sure he will have a lot more views compared to a 100,000 or 80,000 subscriber, because the event is going to get like 2, 3, 4 million views.
Absolutely.
So, what is the idea, Chance? Like, do you agree with this? Like, I believe that all of the money should not come from within the community, like pay per views. I think all of the pay per views, if you are an arm wrestling fan, you're a part of the community. I like when money gets flowing in from the outside world, outside of our community.
Absolutely. I think for arm wrestling to ever be a mainstream or at least semi-mainstream sport, it has to have company involvement. It has to have a really big budget behind it, and a team behind it. Realistically, when it's just fans promoting the sport, that's great. For us at least, we get to watch the matches we want to see, but it's never going to take the sport to the next level unless we get a big company to push us.
Right.
That's my opinion. What I was saying before you
Yeah.
got your headphones connected is a, a promoter or a organization needs to start reaching out to the major companies, not just supplement companies and arm wrestling equipment companies and little things like that. I mean, we need to be pushing for a deal with energy drinks like you were talking about before, Nike, Adidas. I know you said maybe we're not big enough, but I think as a complete sport, as a package, we are. I do think that we have the audience and the potential audience uh, to make sense for an investor.
Yeah. So I tried to turn my volume on, and for me, you were really low, and people are mentioning in the comments as well that like your audio is really low.
Okay, let me see what's going on. Sorry.
Did you mention? Did anybody mention steroids? I think in the comments, Cobra Wovoda is saying, "How do world's strongest men event gets sponsors? They are all about steroids." I think chance.
Okay.
I don't think
Is this better,
steroid.
Pradeep?
Yeah, yeah, better.
Okay.
So I don't think steroids would be a problem for sponsors. I think people openly talking about steroids, maybe that will be a problem for sponsors.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't mind arm wrestling at that softball game. Dana White, chat is kind of lost. So, and another chance, do you think that the athletes who are competing in an event should kind of have a responsibility to at least post the links and the photos and posters of their own matches and the links to buy the pay per views? Because very few, trust me, very few arm wrestlers are doing that right now,
Yeah,
let alone making videos.
100%. It should be a requirement. It should be in the contract that you sign. Like you are willing to post the link X amount of times throughout, you know, the 1 month before, whatever. You should have to share it on all your social media platforms, regardless if you have a YouTube channel or if you consider yourself a social media athlete or not. I think that you have a duty to share it at least to your personal page.
Right, I agree. And videos are a really big thing. Videos, nobody, I think very few people, only those who have a YouTube channel, and even those who have a YouTube channel are not really making any videos about that. I always come to this topic because I have seen guys like Floyd Mayweather, they have to read off a teleprompter to ask people to buy the pay-per-views. Guys, I'm going to be fighting this guy Conor McGregor, please purchase the pay-per-view, please watch the match here. But arm wrestlers are not doing that.
Mm-hmm. And they need to be. I felt like this East versus West, not very many athletes were promoting it in the fashion that they should have.
Right. So Mitch Mesurel, who is a member of this channel, is saying that I think there has to also be a concentrated effort to establish a serious marketing strategy. Sponsors will want to see this. They will also want to see a solid production design.
I think the product that Ingen has put together now, assuming that the satellite truck solves the streaming issues, I think that this is a good enough product and a good enough concept to scale. He has access to basically all the athletes in the world other than the Russian athletes because of what's going on right now. But he has access to the athletes. He has access to a platform that fans are already familiar with. So to take that and scale it with a sponsor, I think is more than sufficient.
Right.
I think he's done what WAL was trying to do much quicker.
Yeah. I think improving the product, there's a big part of that, and that is commentary. I always love commentary, even as much as the match itself. Like, you can watch any of the matches on mute, they will not sound really good. And like I always give the example of the 2012 or any other Olympic 100-meter final. Try to watch Usain Bolt winning that race on mute and try watching that on commentary. Entirely different experience. So I would ask you your honest opinion. Other than Neil Pickup, don't mention him because he's at the top. Everybody knows that. Other than that, who would you like to hear as a commentator for every arm wrestling event? Who is your favorite?
It depends on what style of commentary you're looking for. Are you looking for the more professional style of commentary? Are you looking for pure entertainment factor?
Whatever is
Everyone
better
has,
for majority. Whatever is better
yeah,
for majority.
everyone has their own opinion. I think Don Underwood does a pretty good job myself.
Agree.
Local guy Brandon Morris always is really entertaining on the mic. I think Travis Bajent can be really entertaining on the mic. Obviously, Neil Pickup is in a league of his own, though, like you mentioned before, so no need to mention him. I don't I don't think that Coach Ray and Derek do a bad job at all, but it can be better. It can be better.
Yes.
It would not be a bad idea to reach outside of the arm wrestling community and have just a sports commentator learn about arm wrestling enough to commentate on arm wrestling. Someone who is already a professional in the field. I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
AW Derek Smith is also in the house. Me and Ray crushed it. So Derek, if you also want to join, the link to join the Zoom meeting is in the description. And yes, I would say, I have to say, like, commentary should be a little bit more energetic. This is why I always say, like, I may have things to say about a match, about commentary, but I'm not loud enough. Commentators, in my opinion, they should be loud, they should be exciting, like they are ready to jump off this stage, even if they have to fake it. I would say, even if they have to fake it, the energy needs to be there. I think it is a must.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Chance, since you have joined this live stream, I know you have a match this weekend, I think, against BLM. So please tell us something about that event. Where can we watch it? Who is organizing the event?
Yeah, so Nelson Torque is putting on that event out of Edmonton, in Alberta, Canada. It's going to be at Sylvan Lake or Lake Sylvan. Um, the card has something like 30 matches. So it's Friday and a Saturday event plus a tournament. I haven't been told where it's going to be live streamed. If there's not a live stream put on by the promoter, I'll try to do it. But it's just going to be a cell phone live stream if I do it. So don't expect any crazy production or anything. But I will be recording all of the matches and uploading them on my channel. Basically day after. So I have two matches actually. I have a right hand match with Brendan Lemon, Mulva Hill BLM, and I have a left-handed match against Caleb Freeborn. So it's been a while since I've had a left-handed match. I'm kind of excited for that as well. But like I said, there's something like 15, 30 matches. It's something ridiculous. So I'll try to share that on my social medias again in case anyone is interested in watching those.
Okay. What do you think your chances of winning are, realistically speaking, in those matches?
Well, I'm a lot more confident in the right-handed match than I am the left-handed match. We've kind of seen where Brendan is at. He says he's on a whole new level. We all say that we're on a whole new level every time we arm wrestle. It's just the way of the game. I don't think that he's on a whole new level. He got 3-0'd by Dallas Langston. a middleweight arm wrestler. Now he's put on a little bit of weight and he's challenging supers. I'm pretty comfortable in the fact that I'll be able to win 3-0. Left-handed, like I said, I have no idea how it's going to go. I don't know too much about this kid. I know he's been winning the local competitions there, and I don't know how good my left is either because I'm relatively new into the left-handed arm wrestling scene.
Okay. I hope you mean there is a Levan Saginashvili's kidney in the chat. He's saying I got $100 on BLM. Do not disappoint me.
I'll try to disappoint you. I'm sorry.
Somebody mentioned JR in the comments. Jim Ross. I'm assuming you know him if you watched WWE. So look at the WWE guys. They know that it is a scripted event, and still the level to which they hype up the match, even if when they know that it is kind of fake, that is just amazing, amazing. Arm wrestling commentators need to have that ability because they are commentating on an actual real match. So I
Mhm.
think it can happen.
Like you said, it has to be someone who's excited and loud and passionate. Because if it's just the plain boring commentary, okay, he's looking for a hook here, whatever, that's fine. But it's not going to get people fired up. It's not going to draw more attention, I believe.
Right. People are saying, Derek, please join the room. I don't know if Derek is going to join or not. So, what is the time? I'm sorry if you already mentioned it. I kind of missed it. Where we can watch them on your channel, live stream as well. You mentioned the
Yeah,
edited
so like
footage.
I said, I'm not sure if there's going to be a live stream.
Okay.
If there's not going to be a live stream there, as long as the promoter is cool with it, I'll live stream it on my channel. Let me get the time. I don't actually know the time, but it's June 3rd. There's so that Friday or this Friday, there's like 10 super matches or so. More of the amateur guys, the up and coming guys. Then Saturday, June 4th is when the bigger matches are. Myself, I have a right and left-handed match. My training partner Emil from Sweden is pulling Evan Burgoyne right-handed. So there's some good matches. I think Pork Chop has a match as well. So let me find the times on that.
All right. I'm sure hear him heavy breathing. I was not aware who Darth Vader is, and people they started calling Michael Todd Darth Vader. I'm like, what is this Darth Vader thing?
Wait, you didn't know who Darth Vader is?
No, no, no. I watch very few movies.
Even Star Wars? I feel like that's such a
No,
wow. Okay.
very few movies.
Wow.
That was during his COVID recovery period. So, Chance, let's get back to the promoter side of things. Like, where can the sponsors display their product in arm wrestling? The table, the front part of the table, the background of the table, and other than that, t-shirts. I'm not sure if t-shirts are a very good option unless you are displaying at the back and camera is zooming on them because it is a very small logo. So, what other places can we utilize or provide to the sponsors as
Yeah. I
advertisements?
mean, those are all the obvious ones. I think things like having a backdrop behind the athlete's chair where they're sitting between matches, they should be forced to sit, the full 60 seconds at the chair. So there's a good display of that for 60 seconds, whatever the logos are. Let's say the athlete's water bottle, whatever water they're drinking or whatever they're drinking, that can have an ad displayed on it there as well. We could also be running commercials. There's no reason why we can't run a quick 15-30 second commercial between matches, not round 1, 2, 3, but match one or yeah, match one and match two. I think there could be a commercial there. Um, there's a lot of different ways. You just have to be able to get creative with it.
Yes, yes, I agree. And maybe a water company for a sponsor because their product is not that expensive where they can just say that we are giving you the product. And because
Right.
there are many things where just arm wrestlers till now are kind of happy. They are like content when the companies offer them the products, just the products. Like Red Bull, famous example. I've seen it in multiple Indian arm wrestling events as well. They just provide you the drinks to all the athletes, as many as you want to drink, but they won't give you a cent. So right now
Mhm.
we kind of have to be content with whatever we are getting. But if we get sponsors like who do not have an expensive product, maybe they can give you some money as well.
Yeah, I think water is a great idea. I mean, super inexpensive for the product, so a free product isn't really worth anything, like you said. But also, water is like a multi-billion-dollar industry, so
Hmm.
they have the budgeting. And company like Dasani, like Coke, sponsors it through Dasani. Now everyone drinks Dasani water. What to Coke? What is $50,000? It's really nothing. So, yeah, I do think that's a great idea, Pradeep.
Yeah, I agree. And the best place for that would be a press conference table. That
Mm-hmm.
can be like really easy and really good. That I think they should be interested more in the press conference table than the, or maybe post match interview or something like that. They some place like that, because
Yeah.
in the future these press conferences are also going to get like 50,000, 60,000 views, at least that much. I know that is not much for the sponsor, but combining effect is going to be good. Like
Yeah,
the
but it could be press conference. They could have to hold the water in their post-match interview when they're sitting in that 60 seconds in their chair. They could be drinking that water. So it's a lot of
great
little
point.
things that add up. You know, all the sponsor should care about is the impressions. How many times does someone see their product or their brand logo? And if you're doing it multiple times throughout all these different matches, even if it's not a long duration, people are going to notice the product placement.
Yep. And what do you think about the matches like Engin Terzi's Derek Smith entering the waiting room? Admit. And what do you think about the matches? Because there was recently some debate yesterday, very recently, that East versus West is giving us like 15 matches for $15, and King of the Table only 3 matches for almost equal amount of money. Welcome, Derek.
What's up?
What's up,
That's the
Derek?
energy. That's the commentator's energy.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna go full-time commentator. This arm wrestling thing is obviously not working out for me, so I'm gonna have to go full-time commentator from now on.
Hey, if I lose this weekend, I might have to do the same thing, Derek.
We're gonna start calling me Chance Shaw pretty soon if I keep losing these matches over and over again.
Facts.
Hey, nice shirt, Chance. Nice shirt. Boom.
Thank
You gotta get the hat though, bud. You gotta get the
I
hat.
don't have the hat. Sorry.
Oh,
Some
let me get the,
Indian arm wrestling leagues,
Pro
oh, the
Con.
Pro
I think
Pantry
it is
League? That thing looks
yeah.
amazing. The production
Yeah.
quality looks sick on that.
definitely.
Let me get the
So
chat.
about the matches, 3 matches. Derek, what do you have to say about that? Only 3 matches for $14, and East versus West like 15 matches for $15.
Who's bitching about spending that much money for those matches? Y'all are some cheap asses. Anybody out there complain about it is cheap, man. I'm just saying, like, these are the best guys in the world, dedicated their lives for like 40 years to becoming the best at this, and you guys are bitching about paying $14 to watch them arm wrestle. That's crazy. I mean, not me. I don't care, if you pay for me or whatever. I'm not special, but the other guy, John Brzezinski, like, he's worth paying $14 to watch arm wrestle. Like,
But John Brazing is not in King of the Table. Devon
Oh,
and
you're talking
Levan.
King of the Table. Oh, sorry. Yeah. All these promotions. I'm just saying, like,
No,
anybody-
I'm just comparing. I'm just comparing the amount of matches. 3 matches for any amount of money, even if it is a $2 pay per view. For me, I would say it is not enough. Like at least have 5 matches, 4 matches. Like
I personally think that I agree 5 matches is good, but
Yeah.
I think Ingen is giving away way too many matches for
Yeah.
not enough money. Like he's not like it should be at least $24.99 in my opinion, and he shouldn't be having 15 matches. 10 matches is plenty.
10.
When he adds on that from match 14 to match 15, nobody additional is buying that match. He's just increasing costs without increasing profitability, which I understand. He doesn't want to make money. I get it, but for scalability, I think that he needs to drop it down to something like 10 matches and increase it up to like $25.
super spoiled with the East versus West card. King of the
Extreme.
Table card, yeah, I heard they're only gonna have like 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah, it's Marcio Aracli, Corey Kredecha, and obviously Devin and Levon.
Devon. Yeah. Derek, we are trying to discuss some new ways how to get sponsorships involved, and this live stream is happening mainly because I've heard Engin say at least 2-3 times on his channel that for him it is really difficult to find sponsors. Like he contacted the guys who knows these kind of stuff, and even they said that they are not able to find a sponsor. How is that possible when we have guaranteed at least a couple of million views on those matches? And I'm assuming the watch time is also high on matches.
It's more than likely it's not being put together properly. They're not putting together a spreadsheet that show what kind of demographic they're hitting to and how much how well their reach is, and like talking to the right people. I take practice. Finding sponsors is not an easy thing, but once you have the right information available and you understand how to present it to people and how to explain it, then the odds of you landing sponsors go way up. I have a professional gaming background where I flew around for 6 years and didn't pay for a single thing. Like I was sponsored fully for 6 years to fly around, and it's really easy once you get the hang of it and you start understanding that like there is money available if you go looking for it. A lot of us, especially in the arm wrestling world, are so, you know, blue collar, pay for your own way. If you don't have it saved up, then you're not doing it type of thing, that like looking for sponsors seems kind of foreign. But there's a ton of money out there. There's a ton of people out there trying to get their name out. And as social media keeps growing, that's the avenue we need to pursue. But a lot of people don't think that way. So Ingen Terz is not used to putting together a package explaining his reach.
Yeah, Ingen needs someone to help him with marketing. That's it. Someone putting together packages and reaching out. I think that solves a lot of problems.
That's a great point. Maybe Ingen should hire someone, because right now, even if we start doing that, we would have the same opinion, because we are not really businessmen, not at least when it is about arm wrestling. Everybody would somehow kind of feel shy about like making more money, even if like there is absolutely no way that Ingen is going to ever mention that he wants to get some money from arm wrestling. Maybe if he hires someone, he can take all care of that, and Engin wouldn't have to like present himself like he is in it for making money, and that guy can do that for Engin, and when money comes, nobody is going to say no to that. Like, I have one question for both of you. Since somebody mentioned airlines, like contacting airlines, let's say you are Engin Terzi, what would you write to an airline so that they get interested in giving at least cheaper flights to athletes, or maybe flying them for free? One idea could be like they're filming from the flight or outside the flight when they're traveling, and like at least for the people who have a YouTube social media presence, they can say that like anyone who has over 20-30,000 subscribers, we are going to provide flight tickets for them for free. Is it possible? Like, what would you write to that airline company?
I mean, I would say you write to them the same thing you kind of write to anybody. I mean, all that matters is how you can help that airline, for instance, get their name out there. And so all that matters is your reach. It's the only thing that matters in terms of promotions. I mean, yeah, they care about your image and stuff and you having a successful image, but more than that, they care about your reach. And so all you have to do is put together your stats. I mean, there's websites and ways to break down analytics that show who you're reaching out to and how often and when and in what areas. And you just put all that together and then start spamming out emails to airlines and hoping to God one of them gets through the cracks and reaches somebody that gives a shit, to be honest, you know, about helping somebody out.
Yeah,
but that's all you can do right now.
And not only that, but I mean, Ingen needs to make sure that he's offering a package. He's offering a promotion, and he's not going. I don't know how Ingen's going about it, but he can't go about it as, "Hey, I have this big production. Can you fly my athletes for free?" This is why, again, I think if he had someone in charge of marketing, he wouldn't have to struggle with these things. Someone that is in the industry, that knows how to do these things, can do it for him. They can offer a package. Hey, listen, this is what we're bringing you. This is your average cost per impression, blah, blah, blah. You know, hook us up with free tickets. Realistically, they can write that off, and it didn't impact their business at all. But it really helps our little community.
Somebody mentioned that get a sponsor on Todd Hutchings' head.
Yeah. Dude, I'm serious. I want to start getting like tattoos, like the fake tattoos or whatever. Put them on my arms and I arm wrestle.
Jeff Hale used to do that, and Arm Wars put them on his arms.
Yeah, I think he had tape. I think he had like the KT tape, but it was like sponsors on there. Yeah. So do something like that.
Derek, you mentioned you used to fly for free for a very long time. Like, what exactly did you do to achieve that, and what did they get out of it?
So the tournaments I would compete in were called MLG tournaments, Major League Gaming tournaments. And so when I would compete on them, they were on, at one point they were on Spike TV, USA Network. They were on, I think they were on ESPN for a little bit. Like they had different times where they're on major networks, the tournaments I would compete in. So I'd be on TV. So when I'd go to these tournaments, I'd wear a shirt that said whatever sponsor on it, whatever energy drink. I was sponsored by Liquid Lightning energy drink. I did Red Bull for a little bit. And then I was on a Team Verizon Fios network for a little while. So they would that's nothing. They would just pay for our plane tickets, the hotel, give us a stipend for, $500 for the weekend or something like that, and send us out. And we would just be wearing Verizon shirts and things like that. And then go hopefully compete. And I was at a pretty high level. So the odds of me getting on some kind of TV screen and something like that and them getting some free airtime would be big. It's easier, obviously, if it's like a smaller mom and pop shop. You don't have to go through with so many people. If it's someone that's more of a local sponsor, they'd kind of just hand you money. But if you're going through a big corporate sponsor, then there's papers to be signed and emails to be sent,
So at that time, when you competed in that gaming tournament, wherever it was it bigger at that time when East versus West than compared to what East versus West is right now.
Yes.
Okay, much
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah. I mean, but gaming. Yeah, I think we've had the online thing dialed in. Arm wrestling is kind of new to the internet, in terms of trying to get eyes out there. And so there's so many people that are used to watch, like so many nerds are already on their computer that already watch professional video game streams and gaming online compared to arm wrestlers. People seeking arm wrestling. That's kind of a new thing, I think. So it was more buried in there. But yeah, I think arm wrestling, the social media, that's what we all need to focus on. Like we've said 1,000 times, the key is social media. The key is eyes, bringing eyes to our sport. That's what all it is. Like people giving any of us three shit or anybody shit for putting arm wrestling on YouTube is so dumb. It's the most damaging thing to the sport ever. Like we're trying to bring eyes to it. I mean, yeah, obviously we care about ourselves and trying to monetize our channels and things like that. But like that we're helping the sport is bringing eyes to arm wrestling on any platform, TikTok, Facebook.
Not only are we helping the sport, Derek, but we're not hurting anybody by putting our content out there. So I don't understand why people have issues either.
Yeah, like
But
it is still good in arm wrestling. Like it is really good. I did a few sponsor videos back then, like about 7-8 months ago, and arm wrestling community took it really well. That glad Pradeep found a sponsor. We are really happy for that. But I would say if in India you do anything like a first sponsor video, people are going to be after you, man. You sold out and things like that. It is still very good in arm wrestling.
that's just jealousy. Like it's just pure jealousy. You sold out. You made money or you got hooked up. Oh, I hate you. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Strange contents with a good comment. Like he's saying instead of paying $50, you should buy more pay-per-views. Like I also read a comment on Engin's live stream. That guy was mentioning that there should be a higher tier, like where we can pay more for the pay-per-view. I think instead of doing that, you can give someone else who is complaining that they do not have the money to buy the pay-per-view. Maybe for them you can buy the pay-per-view, and it will increase the number of pay-per-view sales. That is good for the promoter as well. Like core sports guys are also going to see that they're selling more pay-per-views. I think it is going to be more beneficial.
Man, that'd be kind of cool. I'm trying to think, what could you offer like a separate pay-per-view? Maybe you get to pick your own camera angles. Like you can choose if you want to be on the table camera, and you can choose if you want to be permanently on this camera. Like you can kind of cycle through the cameras yourself. Maybe your own commentary. I don't know.
But for them, they will have to run multiple live streams. I don't think it is possible.
That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, I might be going back out to Turkey. Might be going back out there again. Yes.
Nice. Hopefully you do better this time.
I can't do worse. Can't do worse. Can only go up
You
from the bottom.
mean competing or commentary?
Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of both.
We're still
You need to
getting
redeem us, Derek.
we're still getting comments about your commentary. Like it was good.
I think my mindset going into that was really easy. I mean, because I just got my ass kicked, right? And so I wasn't really thinking about the commentary. I was more thinking about the arm wrestling leading up to it, so I wouldn't stress myself out, And then I got my ass kicked, and I was like, oh, well, I gotta go commentate. I'm all sweaty. I walk up in the booth, put the headphones on, and we just started making fun of me about me getting my ass kicked just now. And then so kind of lighten the mood up. And then I didn't stress myself out going to the commentary, which is important, and overthink it and try to get in there and be all robotic. I just went in there just having fun, just talking about arm wrestling, and we started cracking jokes. And that was my first time really meeting Ray. And and I know he knows a lot about arm wrestling, like as a sport, like the techniques and the intricacies of it. And so I think we flowed pretty well. There was some dead space there where it was so quiet in that room. It's dead quiet in that room. Like you could hear a pin drop in that auditorium, which is weird because there was like 35, 40 Turkish arm wrestling fans in there and some people that had flown in, but it's still so quiet. It was weird when I was on stage trying to get ready for my match because it's hard to scream and stuff when it's just dead quiet in that place. I mean, I know Gennady didn't care, but in terms of like commentating and getting the energy up when there's no energy anywhere and you're like, well, it's kind of like golf in here. It's really quiet, and they're putting chalk on their hands. Like it's kind of hard to just get hyped because there's nothing exciting going on. There's no one excited. It's just like I guess you could try to fake it till you make it, which you'll probably have to do next time. Start screaming.
You have to.
Randomly.
You have to fake it.
Lagia mentioned that Engin should also start memberships. I'm assuming since we have been going live for more than an hour, Engin must be watching this live stream. So I hope Engin reads it and starts membership. Engin is not going to do any of those things by himself. You have to force him to do that. I have first hand experience. Like I literally forced him 100 times if not more, to monetize his channel. And then finally he did that. So we will have to force Engin to do those kind of things. And Derek, I would like to take you back to, and again, that sponsorship thing. When you went to compete in Worlds, maybe it was 10 years ago, 9 years ago, I don't know the exact number, but did you get any sponsors to fly to the other country back then?
I sold out, man. I did everything besides sexual favors to get myself to Worlds. To be honest, I had I had like this brewery that we practiced at. They held a major concert, so I knew some bands, and we got some bands come in and play for me for free. The brewery gave like $3 off every beer sold for the entire day towards me. We had arm wrestling matches for free, super matches where people could come watch for free. We had this big event where people, and then I also sold T-shirts for that, to get money for that. I ended up raising like $3 to $4 grand. There were some pretty well-off people that came in there that knew me, that liked me a lot, and give me $300 and stuff and start putting in the jar. And so I was raising money in person, just doing a bunch of fundraising in the T-shirt sales. In terms of sponsorships, not really like a corporate business sponsor. I guess the brewery sponsored me. That was the only business that really gave me money. But it was more personal sponsorships, things like that, and selling shirts. Just begging people to give me money.
All right.
Which is why Americans don't go to Worlds.
And Chance, I would like to know your opinion about one thing that I noticed recently. When Coach Ray was doing the translation and asking the athletes, I think I was messaging, like I was commenting. Derek Smith was also in the chat at that time. I think it should be a must. Even if he's speaking Georgian, you should point the microphone at 100%. The athlete. Yeah, it was not happening. Coach Ray was just keeping the microphone to himself. He was listening to them talk, and he was just translating. Yeah, I did not like that at all.
No. Yeah, I agree. In other sports, when people are speaking a different language, you still let them speak into the mic. There are a percentage of fans that understand what they're saying. So, let them speak their language, Georgian, Russian, whatever, and then have the translator grab the mic from them and translate what they're saying. But
are you talking about at the what's it called, the press conference? Oh, okay, yeah.
Press conference and
press conference
interviews. The same thing.
Both press conference and post match interviews.
That press conference was fun. If I go back, I'm excited to do that again.
Yeah, maybe to you guys who were there, I don't know how it felt, but to us viewers on our screens, it felt really weird that we cannot hear. Although we are not going to be able to understand what Gennady is saying, but we still want to hear that. At least give him the microphone.
Yeah, 100%.
And I actually had one idea. Maybe it is not for selling pay-per-views, but it is for increasing the overall reach of our sport. What about inviting some famous fitness YouTubers to the events? Like fitness guys, the fitness fans are kind of closely related to arm wrestling. So let's say if we are organizing an event in India, and let's invite the top 2 fitness YouTubers who have like 5-6 million subscribers to our event. Before going to the event, they are going to post some Instagram reels, post some shorts and videos on YouTube, and they're going to do that during the event as well. So do you think that can be helpful in increasing the reach of our sport?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they had Larry Wheels at the press conference. I know Larry's an arm wrestler now, but I mean,
yeah,
they had him on the top stage, I think it's a great way to bring eyes. It's all about bringing eyes to the sport, So of course, if you can get a hold of them.
Having anyone that's not an arm wrestler there that has social media presence helps. It's just a matter of being able to budget them in. I'm sure they're not going to just do it for free.
I think they can do it for free if you just cover their expenses, flights, accommodation, because they're also going to get a new footage, their videos out of that. I don't think you need to pay anything to YouTubers unless it is like a crazy diamond play button YouTuber. I don't think it is going to be needed. Like if let's say, Chance, if you are a 1 million 2 million YouTube subscribers on a fitness channel, which is not a big deal, like there are many people who do that, would you ask for money for coming to my tournament if you have your flight covered, your travel, food, everything covered, and you're also going to get a lot of footages out of there, and you also run a YouTube channel? So it is kind of a collaboration between YouTubers.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just depends on the circumstance. Like, how busy am I? Or how busy is this YouTuber? Do they have to take time away from something else that they're working on to do this? Then of course time is money. But I suppose that there are plenty of million subscriber YouTubers out there that wouldn't have an issue just doing it for free with expenses, of course.
Yes. Somebody
I
saying
agree.
that.
I mean,
Yeah, please, Derek, go ahead.
I would say like any kind of money that he's gonna offer them isn't gonna be substantial anyway. In terms of, well, I'll give you $300, so you give me $400. They're like, I'll make way more money off one live stream at your event in 10 minutes than you're gonna hand me anyway. So what's the point of trying? Like, as long as the stuff's covered, the travel's covered, then yeah, it makes sense. I think it's getting a hold of them and being able to reach out to the right YouTubers that have the right mindset, the fitness guys, to go do that. I think that'd be the biggest struggle, getting them to.
You would be surprised on how easy it is to get into contact with a million subscriber YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's not nearly as difficult as you think.
I need to do some more.
We have the example, Schoolboy and his brother. We have that example. You can contact him anytime you want.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah, why doesn't Alex go to all this stuff?
I think Alex needs a certain amount of pay to get there, to get anywhere.
Gotcha.
I think he has a number. I don't know what it is or anything, but I
Right.
assume.
Derek was saying about the YouTuber with the right mindset. I think it is definitely possible if he looks at it as a collaboration, because there are going to be many fans who are going to know about him as well. When we are going to, he will not just be sitting there. We are going to call him on stage, probably to distribute the prize money or the trophy, or we are going to introduce him formally on the stage and plug in his channel. I think it is a kind of a good collaboration for him as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you guys know if there's any big Turkish YouTubers that Engin might be able to reach out to?
Not yet. I actually just I was mentioning this because yesterday I messaged Engin about this. That Engin, please call some famous Turkish fitness YouTubers, because if we invite YouTubers from any other game, I don't think it is going to matter much, because the audience that we have and that they have, that may not be common. Like maybe 5% of the audience may have common interests, but definitely not more than that. So fitness YouTuber, I think it definitely can work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Michael Todd said he did a collab with a Turkish fitness guy. I think, if I remember correctly, that he was going to film one with him. Because Mike's always trying to do collabs. So
Larry Wheels also did a
Larry.
collaboration.
Larry did.
Larry
Did one.
Larry.
Yeah, sorry.
Larry.
Yeah, that's what it was. Larry, not Mike. Larry. Sorry, I've been hanging out with Mike.
Yeah, I watched that video.
So there's people. I mean, there's definitely Turkish YouTubers for sure.
Somebody saying yes, bring Coach Greg Doucette. He can help a lot. He was kind of against arm wrestling in his videos. He didn't really like. He enjoyed Larry Wheels losing very much. That is something that I know.
Yeah, he's a Larry hater. I don't know.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Greg Doucette,
Doucette.
Coach Ray, the parrot voice guy.
The what?
He says that he has a voice like a parrot.
A
Greg
parrot
Doucette.
voice?
Yeah, he's a very, very famous YouTuber.
I'm gonna
Like,
look him up.
I think Uncle John mentioned that he lives like 10 minutes away from his home.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So, guys-
hey, what do you guys think about, real fast? I just want to know, what do you guys think about Corey and
Alex.
Alex?
I think Corey has the style to beat him. I just don't know if he's strong enough.
So,
Gotcha.
Derek, I would say about this match, like, I always go to the past whenever I think about arm wrestlers. Not how they win, but more importantly, how they lose. And how we have seen Alex lose in last 3 years. Against Krasi, like this, he completely took his wrist. He defeated him with a flop wrist press. Can Corey West do that? You guys answer that. If Corey gets his wrist taken, can he push like that?
I don't think I've ever seen Corey flop press.
Same.
On the flip side, how have you seen Corey lose?
Getting his wrist
Not by
taken.
a top. Who?
Alex.
No, Corey.
Okay. So
How
this
has
is
Corey lost?
Yeah, Chance, I'm going to say the same thing that I've been saying for a very long time. Michael always comments about Corey West like he's almost impossible to top roll. Like, give me one top 30 top roller in the world. I'm not talking about overall arm wrestlers. Top 30 top roller in the world, except for Michael Todd himself, that Corey West has faced in a super match.
You don't think Wayne Withers is a top 30 top roller? Not arm wrestler, just pure top roller.
I think he got out top rolled by Marcio, even without the straps. I would have Marcio somewhere in that range, in top 20, 30 top rollers in the world.
Yeah. I guess it's I guess it's I
It,
guess
I
it's
don't think
hard
it is
to
a.
it's hard to quantify what a top 30 top roller in the world is. Because to me, I think I would put Wayne there. Like
I would say any
not as a
top roll.
top 30 arm wrestler,
I
just
would say
purely.
any arm wrestler whose main weapon is a top roll and he's ranked within top 30 in the world. Would you rank Wayne Withers in top 30 in the world?
No, I wouldn't. No, he's too
There's the
susceptible
answer
to
there.
it. He's too susceptible to a hook. But if it's just purely top roll, then I think I would put him in top 30 and top rollers. Like if it's
Yeah, if it's pure
if you
top
take
roller,
out all hook pullers and all pressers, and it's only my top 30 list of pure top rollers, I think he's top 30. Yeah, I do.
So
Yeah.
that may be the best. That is the best top roller that Corey has faced. So I don't think it is a right statement to make that Corey just doesn't get top rolled. He has not faced the top rollers yet. We have seen Michael Todd top roll him in an open arm position, and lately it has been really difficult. Michael was not able to top roll Revasi. He took his wrist slightly, but it didn't work out, and it kind of works out. I know they are training partners. Michael. I don't think Michael is so much stronger than Corey by the way it looks on YouTube. Like he beats him easily. I don't think there is that much gap between these two. It is a practice partner thing. But again, coming back to my point, the second guy who defeated Ongarbayev, same thing. I don't think Corey West can do that to Alex. And the third guy who defeated Dave Chaffee, I don't think Corey West has a top roll at all. He did not even top roll Todd Hutchings, who is much easier to top roll compared to Alex, I would say. And so Corey does not have a top roll. He clearly said that on my interview as well, and he cannot arm wrestle like that. So these are the only two ways that we have seen Alex lose recently.
You don't believe that there's a way that Corey can get set here? You think it'll be too late and his arm will be too separated?
Yes.
No, don't get me wrong. I think Alex is a very heavy favorite, like 90-10 probably. But I think that there has to be a lane where Corey can win.
I'm excited that Corey's getting out there and taking this match in international waters, you know, and so excited for him to get this experience and this opportunity. It's I think it's obviously all going to come down to if Alex can take Corey's hand or not. I mean, that's kind of everything. Will Corey's wrist hold up or will it not? I mean, Alex tends to kind of have trouble if he doesn't take your hand, kind of falls apart a little bit. So yeah, I think it's going to come all down to Corey's wrist. It's all about Corey's wrist, this whole thing, I think, and whether that thing holds up or doesn't. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I think since Alex lost to, like before that, everyone was saying that Alex Kodecha is number 3, and after he lost to Dave Chaffee, and people are like, yeah, maybe is he top 10 or not? So people change their mindset very quickly after just one loss. But we have to see that even in round 1, he took Dave's wrist right in the center. When was the last time we saw anybody do that? Like because Dave's side pressure was so much. Yeah, Lavan, exactly.
But
Because
who has Dave pulled since between Levon and Alex? Who did Dave pull?
I think it is a very short period of time, less than 1 year.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what I mean. So like when you say who's the last person, well,
But even
Levon,
before that, I'm talking about last
okay.
10 years. I'm talking about last 10 years.
okay.
Because Dave's side pressure was way too much. His arm didn't move at all, even round 1. But his wrist was like that. So doing that to Dave Chaffee in first round when there is no fatigue, it is a good thing. So we should never underestimate Alex Kodecha's pronation. I think it is definitely, I would say his pronation alone is top 3 in the world maybe.
I
if you're
agree.
just talking
his
about
arm,
pronation.
his arm is not top 20.
Yeah. His arm is
So
not
that's
at
the
that
thing.
level.
Like if he takes your hand, but he doesn't have the arm power to finish, it doesn't matter. He can get pressed through, which is what we've seen.
But that's what I asked you. Can Corey do that?
Maybe. I think Corey has the side pressure to do it. It's possible.
I'm interested. And the straps, I mean, a lot of interesting things happen in the straps, especially when you're on a big stage like that and you're going all out. I mean, everybody knows how to press. Every arm wrestler kind of, or for the most part, at least understands how to press and has one deep within them. So are they desperate enough to pull it out in this situation or not? I mean, are they versatile enough to even remember to pull it out in the right time? Because if you strap someone up, it's an easy transition to a flop press. If you're in the straps, you know, the moment you feel your wrist getting compromised, it's an easy transition. We just got to see if he'll pull it out or not. Because we don't even know. I mean, people don't really take Corey's hand, so he's not usually in the situation at the flop press.
Yes,
So,
and that is one thing that will be cleared. Like if Alex cannot top roll Corey, then it is quite sure that like Corey is almost untop rollable. Like you cannot top roll. If Alex is not able to do that, then it is almost impossible. That thing
Well,
will
Derek,
get
can you
cleared.
top roll Corey?
Right-handed. I think.
Yeah.
I think I can. I think I can right-handed. But I don't know.
Well,
I haven't done-
you've practiced with him, so you should be able to feel.
Well,
it.
last time we practiced right-handed was like 2 years ago, or yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, it's
Left-handed,
okay.
I could not do it the other day. Left-handed, but yeah, right-handed, I don't know. I think I can. I think if I'm ready, I think I can. But who knows?
I'm pretty much 100% certain that I cannot top roll Corey. So, not saying I'm top 30. I'm just saying I don't think that I can top roll Corey. I'm pretty certain.
The
Chance,
weird thing
do you
about
think-
Corey. Oh, go ahead.
Chance, do you think that if you had a longer arm, like say with a similar amount of strength like the arm of Alex Kodecha, the size and liver, would it help?
I would imagine
Derek
it would
Smith.
help. Yeah, I would imagine it would help, but I don't. So it's hard to guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, the weirdest thing about Corey and him, at least when I felt when I was arm wrestling him, and I was trying to top roll him, is that he's actually a lot longer than you think because his so big, has such a wide frame and stuff like that. You don't notice how long his arms are, but his forearms are actually pretty long. And he goes forward and he chases you, and he'll be like uppercutting you in the chin, and you're trying to top roll him right here because he's so far forward, trying to get a hold of you. It's a really awkward angle to try to top roll. So really going over the top of his hand is going to be the key. But honestly, Alex's whole style of top rolling is elbow like front right and going straight vertical all the way up, crashing, taking the wrist up top there, and then falling backwards. He doesn't use a ton of back pressure to try to open someone up. He goes high. If you're using height, Alex should have a longer arm than Corey, so that might work. It's a weird angle. Alex hits really weird angles on his top roll. So I don't know. I'm just interested to see. It's just a match that kind of popped out in my head, obviously, because Corey's getting his big opportunity, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
All right, guys, please subscribe to Derek Smith's YouTube channel and Chan Shaw's YouTube channel. I 115 people watching right now. I'm quite sure at least 15 of you haven't subscribed to their channels, and those who are going to watch after this has ended, please, it is a huge favor if you subscribe to the channel of our guest. Then
Thank you.
like I personally really like it a lot. So guys, anything that you want to add before we end this live stream?
Well, what do you think of Marcio and Irakli? The other match.
It's going to be explosive, minimum of a lot of action, right? Minimum of a lot of movement going on. As long as the reffing isn't insanely tight, I think we could see a super exciting match going back and forth. In terms of who wins, I think Marcio has more options. But Irakli's top roll might be at a higher level and able to take Marcio's hand. But Marcio's been doing great lately. And so I'm going to go with what I've been seeing lately from Marcio, and I'll lean towards him, but in a grinder for sure.
What do you think, Pradeep?
I think it is a responsibility for people like me to find some common opponents. I know Todd faced Marcio like in 2019, and since then Todd has gotten a lot stronger. I would assume so, but I think he's the only common opponent that we have now, at least in the recent times. And Todd was in a war against Marcio at that time. And if Marcio has not gotten weaker, much weaker, because Todd did say that after that match ended, the next day or the same day when he went home, he was not able to close his hand. So it took almost everything out of Todd Hutchings. And Irakli was somewhat easier. So Marcio also has a flop press. I would assume that Irakli has the pronation to target Marcio's hand in the beginning, but Marcio I don't think will give up from that position, because we saw that when Todd was in this position, slightly on the losing side in round 1, Irakli's pronation was not enough to move Todd even an inch. Like he tried moving, but his body left that place. His arm stayed right there. I think his side pressure, Marcio can also do the same thing like he did to Matt Mask in, I think it was second or third round, where he defeated him with a flop press. So this is how I think that match is going to go. Maybe 3-1 Marcio, I would say.
Yeah. I'm taking Marcio 3-0. I think if Dan Mosier is able to hang you up, which Dan Mosier hung up Irakli a little bit, and Todd Hutchings basically went right through him. I think Marcio is not too far behind Todd Hutchings, and I think Todd and Marcio are levels above Mosier. So I think Irakli's really, really strong. He is great in practice. I don't think he applies it as well in a real match. I think Marcio wins pretty convincingly. Which is crazy because like a month ago, you could read on Facebook threads like Irakli versus Hermes needs to happen. And now everyone's like, yeah, that's a huge mismatch.
Irakli's amazing. He really is amazing. But I mean, just, there's different body sizes and weights and strengths and time in the sport. I mean, there's things.
Of course, I agree. I think Irakli is amazing, 90-kilo puller, 198 guy.
Yeah.
I think top in the world. But when you're trying to pull the 110, 105 guys, it's tough.
Yes, sometimes people really, really overestimate if they see a dominant run. I saw many comments like, and I'm quite sure if you make a poll on your YouTube channel who wins, Todd Hutchings or Hermes Gasparini, people are going to pick Todd Hutchings in that poll for sure because of recent dominance. And I think it is kind of overreaching. There are still levels to this thing. Like Todd doesn't really lose when his wrist gets taken, but Hermes Gasparini is also the same. If he takes your wrist, he's not going to lose that match. Like he brought Rustam Babayev near from the pad. Like it was almost like this. Hermes just needs this pronation. And if he's there, I don't think he loses.
Part of me wants to watch Todzilla and Hermes on wrestle. Now that you think about that, like now that you're talking about that, man, I mean, at least I'd want to watch it. I'd want to see it.
I don't think it is a good match. I don't think it is a good match.
Well, because people that live and die by their hand, which Hermes does. We saw that with Kardashian. He lives and dies by his hand. If he loses it, then that's it. And so he relies on his hand to lead him to victory. And when that's not the key to victory, what happens then? Like when you've gotten all you wanted, you've filled your went to all you can eat buffet of getting hand control, and it's still not the path to victory. Then what? I would really be interested in Hermes' side pressure, and I know he's heavy, and I know he'd be the favorite. I think the thing would be the explosiveness. I think he would take Todd's hand so fast and be explosive before Todd can get somewhere. But if Todd got somewhere, I wonder how that looks. I wonder how that looks if Todd got his little wedge in and started prying on Hermes. What do you think, Chad?
I think Hermes wins 3-0.
You think he just leans through it even in a slow match?
Yeah. Because I honestly think that I was like this far away from what I needed to beat Todd Hutchings, and I don't think that Hermes is only this far ahead of me. I think he's this far ahead of me. So,
in terms of but you're thinking traditional hand control because he has an amazing
not hand control, just strength. Like once you have the hand control, you just need a little bit more to attack Todd Hutchings' pronator, and I think you've won the match. So no, I don't think it's a very close match.
And I'm going to say an unpopular opinion that people may hate me for sure, but I think guys like Prudnik is a level below Hermes, but I think Prudnik is also slightly above Todd Hutchings. I think those guys can give Todd what he wants and still roll out of there. I think Hermes can do that. I'm going to say that people are going to think that I'm crazy. I think Hermes can let Todd get in a hook slightly and still roll out of that, even in the straps.
Yeah, I agree. He can roll Todd's wrist out. Yeah,
100%.
To the pin pad is the part I'm wanting to see.
Yeah. I mean, I felt Todd. I let him get in a little, and I could come back out. If I can do it, they can do it, 100%. But that's not what you need to beat Todd Hutchings. Not to roll out of his wrist. That doesn't win you the match.
Pradeep can roll Todd's hand out. Pradeep, you can roll Todd Hutchings' hand out.
Maybe if I use both hands, I think I can do that. But that will be close.
Todd's gonna talk so much crap to me when I see him again.
And one more thing, I don't know what is happening, but I saw a poll recently, and 60% people predicted Devon to win against Levan. So is Levan the underdog in this match? What is happening there?
You mean Devon? I like how people call him Devon now, like Levan. He's getting so big. Dude, I'm just saying. I've said for a while, Levan's still the favorite, but Devon's odds are increasing every time I see it in my brain, just in my head, the way it's working. I'm like, wow, I think he might be able to maybe do this. Like it's getting there. I think I'm at 60-40 in my brain. I'm at 60-40 Levan, and it was 80-20. It started 80-20. It's at 60-40 in my head now. I don't know, but it could be completely just we're seeing the same old videos from Levon of just lifting and nothing. I mean, it's still impressive, but it's nothing new. It's not like, oh, he's at any insane level. So from the outside, it doesn't really look like Levon's getting crazier than he's ever been. And Devin is looking way crazier than he's ever been for sure. And from all the people I know and all the background stories and secret things I'm talking when I was talking to Matt Mask, East vs. West, and everybody, like, they're saying he is like immovable right now. And so I think I've said on my channel a bunch of times, people get pissed off at me, is I think no matter what, Devin is 100% number 2 in the world right now. I think he's at a different level. I think whether he's at Levon's level, I don't know, but I think he is no matter what, at least number 2. We'll see if he's number 1. Like, I'm excited to see it, man. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I agree, Derek. I think Devin is for sure number 2 in the world. I don't see Vitaly. I don't see Siliev or Kredecha or Hermes or whoever people are putting their number 3. I don't see any of them beating Devin right now. And every day that goes by, I'm buying a little bit more into that Devin has a shot at winning. I think round 1 and 2 is going to look as most people expect it to, with Levon kind of dominating, but it seems like he gets gassed out. No one has the strength to gas him out, but it seems like just from standing too long, he's getting out of breath, and Devin's going to really be able to take advantage of that. I think if Devin does win, it's going to be 4-3.
But Chance, we have to listen to Levon as well. Levon, whenever somebody mentions this endurance topic, he keeps on saying that he was just warming up in last 5 matches, even though it seemed that he was gassing out. He said he was just warming up. He wanted to take on another guy right after that match. And even now, he's not even thinking about Devin. He's just saying that in the future, he wants to have 2 back-to-back super matches against top 5 guys in the world. This is what Levon is planning on doing.
You are going to think that way when you've been undefeated for so long, right? You haven't had anyone that's been able to humble you. You are going to think that you're here. So, I would have the same attitude if I was Levon. But
in terms of endurance, it's not even the same. Devin is not in the same universe as any other arm wrestler in terms of endurance. It's not even a conversation. Now, it's whether their strengths are near enough where the endurance can become a factor. Okay, that's discussable. But for Levon even to bring up the word endurance in terms of his match with Devin Larratt is kind of laughable a little bit. Like, don't even say the word endurance in terms of having a match with Devin Larratt, because none of us are there. Unless you felt it, like, you have no idea. It's the weirdest thing in the world. The dude just gets stronger as time goes on for a while. But he's like, you'll be draining. You're like, why is he getting stronger? It's you getting tired. But it just happens so abruptly and obvious, and he'll just stop the match. Like, good job. And like, so it's just the moment that if that match stops 100%, and I will say Levon is versatile enough where he does have a top roll or an inside move. So I'm looking to see a couple, maybe a change from him. If the match stops, he might have something else in his pocket. But in general, if it's a solid stop, if Levon's arm, his elbow flexor, opens up at all, and that fails, it's done. It's done. I'm telling you, it's done for you. It's so done at that point. Devin's too smart, been doing it too long, and he will not get tired at the rate that Levon will get tired. Not even close.
I agree.
My only concern for Levon would be, like, I've seen his matches in the past. Whenever he top rolls someone, he like completely hangs on his own arm. He falls under the table in a position from which it almost looks impossible to again stand up and do another surge. He just relies on that one surge, and it has always worked in last 5, 6, 7 matches. Like, you can watch his matches against Dimitri, against Vitaly. He does this one surge and he gets completely under the table. It looks like it is almost impossible for him to get back up and then press if he needs to. If he does that against Devin, and if he takes some time in standing up, I think Devin is going to take him to center once again. So this is my only concern. And one more thing, like, Devin still, even now when he practiced with Matt, he speaks really, really highly of Matt. He says that even now it is kind of difficult for him to deal with Matt's hand in just first round. Fresh for a fresh in one round. And then we see Matt going over to East versus West, and guys like Prudnik, guys like Hermes, the speed at which those guys pin him, like from center to the pin pad, it feels like there is absolutely no resistance. Like, even in the after pulls as well, it looks like there is zero resistance from center to the pin pad. Prudnik was almost ready to dad move him, and those guys say that they are no way near Levon's strength. These are the things that are bothering me.
I think there's a couple things to go with that, though. Number one, it's a training partner thing. Devin and Matt have pulled so many times. Matt knows how to pull Devin really well, I think, number one. Number two, when you're practicing with Devin, I think Derek can probably attest to this as well, since he's practiced with Devin a few times. He's not gripping you and setting up the same way he does if he's competing against you, right? At least with me, he's allowing me to get things. I'm sure he's doing the same with Matt. I'm sure he's done the same with Derek. So the version or yeah, the version of Devin that's pulling Matt, even though maybe strength wise is the same, it's not the same version that's going to be pulling Levon, because Devin is going to be loading. He's going to be doing everything that he can to handle it. And if he does that to Matt, I don't think Matt has a chance. Just like if you saw like Yes and East versus West, it seemed like Matt was just getting toyed with. But as soon as Prudnick tried to mess around with Matt, he almost got caught in a sticky situation. So it's just a matter of getting to your position, I believe.
Yeah, Matt told me he had no chance with Devin at all. We were sitting there doing autographing shirts together at East vs. West, just talking. He's like, dude, I have nothing for Devin. That dude's on a whole different world right now. He was just telling me himself. So I don't. I think Devin just gives out a lot of props. Devin also said I was on a 6-0 Morozov and put me on State King. So I'm just saying he gives out a lot of props, and but yeah, I wouldn't read into that too much.
But I would like to add one thing. Like when I was on the chat, we were Engin, me, Prudnick and Matt. We were on the chat on Engin's channel, and I asked Matt, and I used that clip on my channel. Like it is a viral clip, 80,000-90,000 views on that. And I asked Matt like about his recent practice with Devon, and people saying that Devon was allowing him everything. He was not fresh. And Matt said that anybody who says that Devon gives you everything in practice has not practiced with him. Like he says, Devon never gives you any, and you'll be surprised if you haven't watched that clip. Matt said that he was very serious. He said Devon takes everything away from you. He's always in a good position while practicing with you. This is what Matt
I
told
didn't
us.
feel that way. The couple times I've pulled with Devin, he was not, raping me in the setup. So
I don't know what's the truth here.
yeah, maybe it's a rivalry thing. Who knows? I just can speak from what I've experienced, and there's practice footage of me and Devin out there. Both times I practiced with him, so you can see he's not, he's not going crazy. He's just okay, get your grip and then let me go. So.
And there's a guy in the chat, Brockton Dog, that said a minute ago, he said Levon has more options than Devin Larratt. Levon has more like a stronger hook and maybe a stronger top roll, but show me matches where Levon has won flop pressing, kings moving, and everything in between. Because I can show you videos of Devin Larratt doing that with all of it, right? But you can't show me that with Levon. So it's kind of a wild statement to say that Levon's more versatile than Devin Larratt. He's stronger. He's stronger, but not more versatile. That's crazy.
Yeah, we have seen Levon pressing and winning matches like this with the tricep press, but we have not seen. At least I have not seen Levon winning with a flop press, because that is what may be needed to finish Devon when he's in that king's move in the later rounds. In first couple of rounds, I think I truly believe that Levon is going to just single surge pin Devon, but it will not happen for 6 rounds for sure. And when that match stops, I don't think his normal tricep press is going to work. I think he will need to have that flop press if his wrist gets taken, and I have not seen that flop press from Levon.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just doesn't get his wrist taken. Maybe he just doesn't need it.
I'd be really surprised if Levon just presses through Devon's king move without a flop press in the later rounds. Round 1, 2, okay, but if he does that in round 6 and just with ease, I'll be blown away.
All right. So Kostav Roy, thank you very much, brother, for the super chat. And he's saying that what will this body weight do to Devon's endurance? He admitted he was gassed out versus Todd last round.
It's a different Devin in terms of just his body composition. And he even said he against Todd, a lot of his weight he put on went right to his gut. He had a belly. He didn't like the weight he put on. He was just trying to eat so much so fast that it just wasn't all carrying over directly to his muscles, which is why people have been freaking out about Devin's weight. And I think that just looking at him, he's way more aesthetic. You can tell that his gut's not all bloated and stuff. He's just becoming bigger and stronger. It's going to the right places. So I think it's a big difference. I think Devin's coming into this with a whole different body composition, and I think he'll have way more endurance because of it, in the way he's doing it, and the way he's building up.
All right. My guests are enjoying it. I thought you guys may be running out of time. That is why I try to end it. But it seems like you were enjoying it. Thank you very much, brother. Anything else that you would like to end?
I do have to go to the gym. I gotta go to the gym right now. Actually, I got some stuff in the works. You guys, I'm going to Mexico this weekend, and then I might be going back to Turkey. We'll see. So,
Good luck there.
yeah, thanks, man. You know, onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
I would have one advice, Derek. Don't be shy or afraid to shout in the microphone. Commentary, I believe, is about shouting meaningful things. If you have a meaningful thing, don't say it in a low tone. Just shout it out and people would enjoy it.
You're gonna hear me say that, then I'm gonna be like, "This is for Pradeep." Oh man, I'm just gonna start screaming, getting all loud and stuff like that, trying to get everybody hyped up.
That would be amazing.
All right, guys.
Maybe you guys can have. Do you guys have a feedback? Some sort of like anybody telling you the voice is okay or low or high while you're commentating? Do you have anybody to give feedback?
Yeah, there was a sound guy next to us with headphones on, and then a production team next to him with headphones on, and no one said we were low.
All right.
So I hope they would have told us. That's their job. So,
All right. Chance, any final words for our viewers?
No, thanks for having me on, Pradeep. I really enjoyed coming on, doing this commentary. It's been a while. Yeah, no, nothing from me. I'm just relaxing until my match this weekend. So,
All right.
No
Chan
gym
Shaw
for me.
versus BLM this weekend on Chan Shaw's channel. And thank you very much, guys, for joining. I really appreciate your time. Guys, please subscribe to Chan Shaw's YouTube channel and Derek Smith's YouTube channel. I'll add the links in the description or tag the names. And guys, please subscribe to my channel as well. And thank you very much. And please suggest the promotions, how we can invite promoters, sponsors to the event. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
thank you.
yeah.
Live stream has ended.